Hello student, my name is Sumit Mehta. So today in this lecture is based on forest and wildlife. Okay, and this is based on management of natural resources. Okay, so student, what are forests? Forests are biodiversity hotspots. Okay, one measure of the biodiversity of an area is the number of species. One measure of the biodiversity of bio of an area is the number of species found there. Okay, so however the range of different life forms, however the range of different life forms like bacteria, fungi, ferns, flowering plants, insects, birds, reptiles, and so on is also important. Okay, so one of the main aim of conservation is to one of the main aim of conservation of forests, conservation of forest, or you can say biodiversity, is to try and preserve the biodiversity and preserve the biodiversity we have inherited. Okay, so we should not exploit, means we should not kill animals in the forest or birds or uh, cutting of plants in excess. So we should not do anything in excess to preserve our biodiversity we have inherited. Okay, so now we gonna discuss about stakeholders. Okay, so let me first delete this. So students, when we discuss about the conservation of forests, we need to look at the stakeholders who are. So let me write who are stakeholders. Okay, so first is the people who live in or around forest or around forests, are dependent on forest, are dependent on forests, produce for various aspects of their life. So the people living around aspects of their life. So the main people living around or in the forest are dependent on mainly the forest produce. Okay, so that is why they are also the stakeholders. the forest department, the forest department of government which owns the land, which owns the land and controls the resources of forest, and controls the resources from forests. Okay, so the forest government is also the stakeholder. Third one is the industrialist, the industrialists. From those who use tendo leaves to make BDs, to the ones with paper mills. So means from very basic thing to the paper mills by cutting the trees, who use who use various forest produce, but are not dependent on forest in any one area, but are not dependent on the forests in any one area. Okay, so the industrialists are also the stakeholders. Next come is the wildlife and the natural enthusiasts. The wildlife and natural enthusiasts who want to conserve, who want to conserve nature in its pristine form, nature in its pristine form. So they are all the stakeholders. Okay, so they are responsible for the conservation of forests. Okay, so students, in this lecture we have discussed about what are forests and how we can conserve them, and who are the main stakeholders that can conserve the forests. Okay, so in the next lecture we will discuss about sustainable management. Okay, so stay tuned for the next lecture on sustainable management. Okay, and if you have still any doubt or any question based on this lecture, then do comment in the comment section. Do comment in comment section. Okay, thank you students, happy learning.